Good day, folks. How are you doing? I hope everyone is absolutely fantastic, feeling groovy, realizing, of course, the government really don't love you, and also realizing that pretty much everything you've been told since the day you were born is a lie. It is September the 21st of 2025, 7:37 a.m. Mr. Buzz coming to you from the heavily demon-infested province known as Ontario, Canada. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up is all I ask. And if you'd like to support the channel, I now have PayPal. Information is in the description on how you do that. And I normally offer guitar lessons, but I am completely overwhelmed and overbooked, so can't take on any new students, unfortunately. Okay, so this video is going to be about the internet and what a cesspool it actually is. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. What a cesspool this internet is. I just spent a couple hours on a call, the young fella from Australia. I get up really early this morning. I was up at 3 a.m., which I didn't really want to get up, but excuse me, there's just so much running through my head, I could not sleep. That's okay. The Lord energizes me. When that happens, he just fills me full of energy, and I just go, and I don't worry about it. I feel great, actually. I'm fine. I had a couple cups of coffee and not even the caffeine. I was good even before I had that. The Lord is good for energizing when you're doing his work. Okay, that if you get tired doing something for him, just ask him. Say, Lord, I'm getting a little, I'm running out of gas. Can you fill me up? Bang, there it is. He does it for me every time. So this call I was on, the internet has contaminated this fellow's mind so badly, he was just deceived about everything. Every last thing, because of the internet. And he'd ask questions, and it was always about something he saw on the internet, something somebody tried to deceive him about. It was just, I'm not even going to really get into the details what we talked about, but I can't believe how bad he was deceived by the people on the internet. They should be ashamed of themselves, going around telling people the things they told this boy. 28 years old this guy is, and no one to guide him at all and steer him back to the right direction, right? So I've made a pact with him that I'm going to be his buddy. He needs a buddy because he's heading for the pits of hell if somebody doesn't stop him. It was unbelievable, the things that he thought. I will touch on that in a minute. We're going to look at some scripture first. So we have John 5:19. We know that we are from God, and the whole world lies in the power of the evil one. Sure does. And he runs the internet. That's what the internet is an avenue for the evil one to do evil and deceive. It's about deceiving everybody, folks. That is what the evil one wants to do. He wants to deceive you. The internet is the best tool he's got for it. Genesis 6:5. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. The internet is a perfect example of that verse right there. The internet is just pure evil from front to back. You'll find, not this channel's not, and there's a few others that aren't. There's people speaking the word of God for real, and there's good people, but for the most part, 90% of the internet is contamination and deception. John 7:7. The world cannot hate you. This is Jesus now. The world cannot hate you, but it hates me because I testify that its works are evil. Okay, that is so true, and I just got a real good look at that, how evil the world, and especially the internet, truly is. This fellow was deceived to the point, here's what he was looking for, and I sensed it. He was asking me all these questions, and I looked at him eventually, and I said, you're asking these questions because you want to know if you go to hell, are there really people partying down there and having a good time? That's what he thought. He literally thought you could go to hell and it was going to be fun and games down there. I just couldn't believe. I could tell by the questions he was asking. 'Cause he was asking about Aleister Crowley. Well, Aleister Crowley, is he down there ruling with the demons and everything, or with the devil? What's happening? Is he? And he asked me another question along the same lines. I'm like, dude, you're asking this because you want to go to hell because you think it's a party down there. He asked me if the devil could really give you 15,000 women. I said, no, but he'll give you 15,000 degrees. I just couldn't believe the things that came out of his lips. I spent at least 2 hours with him. From about 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Just, wow. The evil that he encountered. And here's another warning, folks. Heed my warning on this. This is what he was trying to assess if I was the real deal or not, okay? Which everybody should. You know, don't just meet somebody and say, yep, I believe everything you say. Don't do that. Check it out. Test it. See. So he's telling me about his activity on dating sites, okay? And he's been talking to these females in Indonesia. There goes my cat. Not sure why. Anyway, this is important that I warn you about. Unless maybe the Lord doesn't want me to. Yeah, if you can hear, my cat is... That's the sound that says change direction. There, everybody's getting a good example of what I've been talking about. I hope that's coming over the microphone, that you can hear what my cat was doing there. Don't talk about that, the Lord said. Okay, fair enough. But I know the Lord doesn't mind me telling you how evil the internet is. It is pure evil. So be careful, folks. Especially, this is Gen Z, that's the people I want to reach the most. Be careful, Gen Z. The internet is not what you think. The internet is a cesspool of evil and deception. And I think I know why the Lord just steered me away from what I was about to say. You finally got a demonstration of it right there. That's what happens every time. If I'm over the target, it's a different noise. Then it's something like that. And that means yes. When he does that, it means nope. Change direction. Go another way. So I'm glad everybody got a demonstration there. That's what's been guiding me. I don't ignore that, because that's the Lord. That's one of the ways he talks to me. He started giving me visions too. Just to go sideways for a second, it's pretty interesting. I was in a call last night trying to figure out, we went through the whole list of sins that caused the blockage and lack of a breakthrough and stuff, right? We're trying to get deliverance for this person. And we were stuck. We didn't know. This person was trying to figure out what else. What else have I done? So I said, Lord, please assist. And I closed my eyes, and he gave me a vision. And it was 3 sevens. Just like you see in a slot machine, 3 sevens. So I opened my eyes and I said, have you gambled? Yes. Bingo, that was one. And then we're still stuck. So I'm like, okay, there's something else. I closed my eyes again, and I saw a person cutting their arm. I said, do you do self-harm? Yes, I have. I don't anymore, but I did. Bang. The Lord is starting to really talk to me now. Wow. Close my eyes, ask the Lord, and get a vision. That happened twice last night. So that's a new thing. He's never spoke to me that way before. But he did let me know in the past that there was going to be new ways of communication start. And I think that's one of them. It's really effective. I mean, close my eyes and I can see it. There's nothing more clear than that. And it was so accurate. The person was like, wow, how did you know that? And the same thing happened in this call. This person was trying to figure out if I was real or not. And I said something that he was dumbfounded. He was like, how could you possibly know that? And I said, well, who do you think just told me? Because this boy is heading down the wrong way. Like I say, he thinks it's going to be fun down there. It's like, dude, does the summer heat bother you? You think that's hot? That's not even near hot. What a thing. The internet has twisted so many people's minds. Gen Z, be careful out there. The internet's a cesspool, I'm telling you. You've all grown up with it. I didn't grow up with it. I grew up with no internet, so I can see the difference. The problem with the young generation, it's all they've known. They don't know anything else but the world with the internet and these demon phones. That's all they know. And it makes it hard to see that it's evil, because it's always been there. When you were 4 years old, your parents babysat you by putting one in your hand. They gave you a tablet or a phone, and you sat there, and that's why they're wizards at this stuff. I shouldn't use the word wizards. That's the wrong word. They're geniuses at how to use them. You see an adult don't know how to use their demon phone. They go get their kids, say, what do I do? And the kid just takes it. There you go. They know how to do it. And it's twisted everybody's minds into thinking all kinds of stuff. The New Age movement did the most damage. The New Age movement has convinced them of all kinds of stuff. What the New Age movement is doing, taking real things that they know are true, about God, twisting it, perverting it, altering it a little bit. Enough that they know it's not going to please the Lord if anybody engages, right? I talk about getting in alignment with God. When they talk about getting in alignment, it's getting in alignment with crystals and tarot cards, and they just twist it and pervert everything. Or they'll completely invert something, turn it upside down, and then you can deceive people with it, but it's actually inverted, so there's no truth in it anymore. So I will leave it there. Consider this a warning. The internet is dangerous, very dangerous. You're talking to bots. You're talking to people who have bad intentions. You're talking to witches. Facebook and Instagram and X and witch infested. The witchy ones rule those domains. Be very, very cautious. If you're actually, my advice is do not even venture there. Get off of it. Delete your Facebook account. Delete X. Delete Instagram, especially if you're a young girl. You know what's happening with Instagram? Self-deletion. Because of this unrealistic idea of what your body's supposed to be and how you're supposed to look. And the girls who don't measure up to that, they're like, well, my life's going to be terrible then. If that's how I have to look and I look like this, I might as well give up. Another deception. Another deception. Lucifer is the prince of the air. Okay, that's what he is, the prince of the air. What's in the air? Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. Directed energy weapons. Everything wireless. Everything that doesn't need a cord for things to pass through is Lucifer's domain. So that means Wi-Fi is 100% his. So I will leave it there. If you got anything out of that, please give me a thumbs up is all I ask. And I'll see you all in the next one. Remember that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.